Shalom. All praise to the Most High Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shem Makakwadash. Peace to the hopefully elect of Israel. Double honor to the apostles, the elders, and brethren at Great Millstone, and to all the like-minded brothers who are preaching the truth all around the earth. This your brother Hadst one by out. Going to bring a quick lesson, and I'm a little bit behind on this one. This is it's kind of a quirky story. There may be some out there who've heard about this, but the short of it is, my kids know that I eat at Subway from time to time, right? Like if I'm out at work and I have to grab something to eat, I'll stop in there, and typically I get the tuna sandwich. Okay, so long story short, there was a report that was done that I wasn't aware of, that there may be some problems with the tuna at Subway, that it's not actually tuna. But Subway obviously came back and said that it is, and some investigators from the New York Times and I think Inside Edition took some samples from around the country, wherever, sent them to some labs. One came back saying that they couldn't, definitely say it was tuna, and then the other one said, yeah, that the tuna fish contained tuna. So you have to be real careful with Esau and their wording, their linguistics. Containing tuna doesn't mean that it's all tuna. That's how I see it. So, needless to say, I'm going to stop eating there. But just in case you hadn't heard about this, now we know that tuna is clean and, good for us to eat, okay? But somehow, of course, they find a way to taint it or at least put speculation out there. And I think that more than likely, any of these places that we go to, they're lying about the contents of their food anyway. All right, but that being said, we'll watch this little news clipping, and we'll go through one or two articles and read a few scriptures, and we'll be done. Okay, just in case you hadn't heard about this. All right, let's see here. Make sure I got the volume up.
When you order at a fast food place, you assume you're getting what you asked for. Well, two customers at Subway say there wasn't tuna in their tuna sandwich, and they are suing the sandwich shop. So we did our own test to see what's between the bread.
It's the largest sandwich maker in the USA.
Subway, eat fresh.
An estimated 6 million sandwiches a day. One of the chain's most popular sandwiches is tuna, and lately it's been getting a lot of attention.
Subway fighting back this morning against claims that its tuna sandwiches don't actually have any tuna. Subway's tuna salad sub doesn't actually have tuna or fish in it.
In a startling lawsuit, two customers in California claim that the tuna sandwich does not contain tuna or have any ingredient that constitutes tuna. No tuna in the tuna? Subway customers coast to coast want to know what's going on.
That's insane. I mean, no tuna in a tuna fish sandwich? That's odd.
How could you not have tuna in tuna?
Subway insists 100% wild-caught tuna, 100% delicious.
So what's going on here? Is there tuna in Subway's tuna sandwiches? We decided to find out for ourselves.
We bought the tuna at 3 Subway locations in Queens, New York. When we asked an employee about the tuna controversy, he brought out the packaging. And there, in black and white, it says the ingredients are tuna, water, and salt. But we didn't stop there. Our next step was sending the samples to Applied Food Technologies. The lab, based in Florida, specializes in DNA testing of fish.
Did the tuna in the tuna sandwiches that we tested actually contain tuna?
So we'll stop it right there. You see the wording that she used actually contained tuna. We don't know if it's 10%, 100%, 90%. So she used the word contain tuna.
Yes, they did.
They did.
Yes, we confirmed that tuna was definitely in all 3 samples.
Tuna was definitely in, you see.
We received.
So there it is. Based on our test, we found when you buy tuna at Subway, you're getting tuna.
There's actually tuna in Subway tuna sandwiches.
That's awesome.
I'm glad.
So I don't know. Just being cautious. I guess I won't go there and get no more tuna sandwiches. You know what I mean? But you know, everybody does what's convenient for them, I would imagine. But let's look at this other article here. Let me see, Salakia. See if I can find it. Okay, this thing wants to act crazy on me. Salakia. See if we can get a little bit to this quote here. Yeah, where's the tuna? Not in Subway's tuna sub report claims. Okay, that's the report that claims that it's not tuna. All right, and it reads across America, there's a culinary revelation that will surely wilt your lettuce, the tuna in Subway's classic tuna sandwich. Not real tuna, according to one new analyst. Okay, it all started in January when a class action lawsuit was filed against Subway in California. The lawsuit claimed the tuna sandwiches were, quote, are completely, can't even see that word, bereft of tuna as an ingredient. So they claiming that there was none in there at all. So they filed a lawsuit on it. 2 people, I believe. Okay. What followed was a deep dive investigation by the New York Times and journalist Julia Carmel, who was determined to figure out whether the allegations against Subway were true or false. Okay. Goes on to say, after reviewing the tuna from 60 inches worth of sandwiches and sending it to a chemical food lab for testing, the results came in. And it says here, no amplifiable tuna DNA was present in the sample, and so we obtained no amplification products from the DNA, end quote. The email to the Times read, therefore we cannot identify the species. And, you know, Esau is a damn devil, so, you know, I wouldn't doubt that they either don't have any tuna in it or they're mixing the tuna with something else. Okay, it goes on to say, so what the heck are we eating? That remains one of those mystery meat questions for the ages. The lab told Carmel it came to 2 conclusions. Either the meat was too heavily processed to be identified, or there was simply no tuna in it to start with. You see, Subway has denied the allegations. We'll stop right there. I ain't gonna read the whole thing. You can go look that up, but this is just a weird story. Okay, that I had not heard about it. I just found out about it a week or so ago, and I said, well, I get to do a little lesson on it. Okay, because we know here in Babylon the Great and all over where we still held captive, man, we have to deal with a lot of foolishness and nonsense, man, even when it comes to our food. So we have to be very careful about what we eat. If you can find out information about, you know, the foods that you eat, but they have very well masked a lot of the foods we eat. Okay. This article says Subway was sued over claims it mislabeled its tuna as tuna. The New York Times tried to get to the bottom of the story, or to the bottom of the mystery, you see. And it says earlier this year, Subway got hit with a lawsuit alleging its tuna was not actually tuna. The country's biggest sandwich chain called the lawsuit meritless and maintains it buys only skipjack and yellowfin tuna from fisheries with stocks that aren't overfished. Seeking to get to the bottom of the mystery, New York Times on Sunday published a report with results of a commercial lab analyst of 60 inches worth of Subway tuna sandwiches purchased from 3 locations in Los Angeles. The tuna meat was removed, frozen, and shipped for testing. The results per an email sent to the Times, no amplified tuna DNA was present in the sample, and so we obtained no amplification, which is the same report we just finished reading. Products from the DNA, therefore we cannot identify the species. So I just found that to be, like I said, since I do eat, at Subway, now I call into question anything that I eat there, even if this is not true, even if it is real tuna, I'm suspect now. You know what I mean? So let's get to a couple of scriptures, and we know that our people would have to eat our bread defiled here in captivity. And this is the story with Ezekiel, when the Lord, was putting the hurt on Israel, right, for being wicked. And he told Ezekiel to make these cakes or make this bread, see? So let's read a little bit of this story. There's only a few verses I'm going to go into here, but here at the top you see it says defiled bread. And it says, Ezekiel, this is Ezekiel 4:9, it says, take thou also unto thee wheat and barley and beans and lentils and millet and fitches, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. And thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. For time to time shalt thou eat it. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the 6th part of an hin. From time to time shalt thou drink, and thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of man in their sight, right? Doing this in front of the enemies. All right. Verse 13, and the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread among the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. And we're driven off. We're the descendants, and we're driven off into all these various places among all these other nations today. All right. Then said I, Lord, power, behold, my soul hath not been polluted, for from my youth up even till now have I not eaten of that which dieth of itself, or is torn in pieces, neither came there abominable flesh into my mouth. Then he said unto me, lo, I have given thee cow's dung for men's dung, for man's dung, and thou shalt prepare thy bread therewith. You see? And we'll stop right there. You can go back and read the rest of that on your own. But just to make a point, we'll be, we would forever, remember, we still under the curses, forever have to eat our bread defiled among these Gentiles, these wicked, rulers. Okay? This is Luke 12:1, and the Most High knows and cares at the top. But we'll know that even when you hear news articles, whether some of them are fake, fraudulent, or it's fake news or real news, you can't really tell now, but you discern through the Spirit, that what's right and wrong for you in your life, and the life that you walking in, and the faith that you walking in, you see. So here is an example. I mean, Yahushua saying, hey, everything you do and speak in the dark, eventually it's going to come to light. So we know that these people, are looking to profit, man. They've always profited off of us. So-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we built wealth for these people in this age, if you will. And all they want to do is profit, and let's go here now before I read that. We look at the definition of profit, Profit, right? We play it again.
Profit.
And it says a financial gain, especially the difference between the amount earned and the amount spent in buying, operating, or producing something. And here it says obtain a financial advantage or benefit, especially from an investment. And Subway is commercially traded on the stock market, you see. and they want to keep their costs low and gain. And so if that means only putting 50% tuna or 20% tuna or 3% or whatever the case may be, however they're doing it, you know, they're looking to make a profit. You see, and that's all Esau ever is concerned about. So let's go back to Luke and look at 12 and read these first 3 verses. And it says, in the meantime, when there were gathered together an innumerable multitude of people, insomuch that they tried one upon another, he began to say unto his disciples, first of all, right? Beware ye of the leaven of the Pharisees, which is hypocrisy. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which ye have spoken in the ear and closets shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. You know, and that covers everything, you know, good or bad, you see. And you have people who you know, who are in charge of certain things, even in your own, you know, you would say your own people of your own nation, you know. But definitely those who are in control now, they will lie, and eventually a story may come out. And even though they may have enough money to cover it up or make it look clean, so to speak, for lack of a better way of saying it, you know, they will do that, right, to protect what? Their image, right? So now, you know, basically you just can't trust the enemy, right? And that's what the scriptures tell us. You see, so now, as the saying goes, for a lot of people who are in the world, you know, when you know better, you do better, right? So, hey, if I suspect that they're not giving me 100% tuna, guess what? I'm going to stop buying it altogether. I'm going to stop going there. Because what else are you lying to me about? Are you lying to me about the chicken sandwich? Are you lying to me about the turkey breast sandwich? You know? So let's just quickly look at this one scripture here in Romans 15. And it said, for whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope, right? So, and I'm just applying this to this particular story. We read what Ezekiel had gone through. We read what the Lord said what happened to the children of Israel eating out bread defiled. That was written before our time. And we learn from that. You see? And we maintain our hope in, you know, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. That nothing will what? Hurt us, harm us. You know, we'll get the wisdom and knowledge that we need to make better decisions about where we go, where we live, what we eat, what we drink. Okay? And let me see if that's all I wanted. I think that's pretty much all I wanted. I didn't want to go too long with it. It's just a real simple story, but it you know, it sparked a lesson for me because I know myself personally, you know, that's a place where I frequent when I'm at work, and if I didn't, you know, bring something to work to eat, I would generally find a place like this place. Now, I'm going to say, I don't know if this is going to make it. You know, I'm going to try to upload it. They may knock it down again. You know, I've had YouTube knock down a few of my lessons. So we'll see if this one makes it. Okay? So with that, I'm going to give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Wadash, with double honor to the apostles, the elders, the brethren, the great millstone. And I'll see you on the next lesson real soon. Shalom.